Terry Bontemps HOA is facing a catastrophic reserve deficit of approximately $14 million. With only $2.9 million currently held in reserves, the association is $11 million short of its documented capital repair obligations. This represents a structural deficit so large that no lender, conventional, portfolio, or federal can approve loans under the new Fannie Mae reserve evaluation standards beginning August 2026. This is not a temporary shortfall. It is a systematic failure created by decades of underfunding, deferred repairs, reused numbers, and the absence of any state or federal system that tracks HOA financial stability. Terry Bontemps HOA is mathematically insolvent under real-world conditions. Reserve position overview. Current reserve balance, $2.9 million in reserves. Documented capital repairs needed, $14 million in long-term repairs. Building exteriors, sewer laterals, fencing, asphalt, roofing, structural components, and deferred maintenance. Reserve deficit calculation, $11.1 million shortfall. Funding level, 2.9 divided by 14 million equals 20.7% funded. Industry classification, 0 to 30% funded equals severely underfunded. Terry Bontemps HOA is at 20.7%, well below the threshold for financial stability. Why this deficit is structurally disqualifying? Fannie Mae's August 2026 reserve evaluation standard. Beginning August 2026, Fannie Mae will require evidence of adequate reserves. 2, no unresolved significant deferred maintenance. 3, no structural repair liabilities without a funding plan. 4, no history of reserve underfunding or budget manipulation. 5, no reliance on special assessments to cover predictable repairs. Terry Bontemps HOA fails all 5. Terry Bontemps HOA $11 million shortfall violates every lending rule. A lender cannot approve a mortgage when the HOA is 20% funded. The HOA is $14 million in known repair obligations. The HOA has no 30-year funding plan. The HOA has no operating surplus. The HOA has a documented pattern of deferred repairs. The HOA has no ability to raise dues enough to close the gap. The HOA has no capital plan that aligns with federal lending standards. This is not a risk factor. This is a hard stop. Why no lender can approve Terry Bontemps HOA? The structural deficit is too large to correct. To close an $11 million gap, dues would need to increase by $49,107 per unit, even spread over 10 years. Okay, $49,000 divided by 120 months equals $409 month increase. This is mathematically impossible for most homeowners. Terry Bontemps HOA has no 30-year plan. There was nothing available that told Terry Bontemps that his HOA was underfunded, deferring repairs, and had no reserve plan for the next 30 years. The only thing available now to tell new home buyers in Terry Bontemps HOA is HOA TrueView. Today, new buyers and real estate agents are walking into a financial catastrophe and they don't even know it. HOA TrueView is the only early warning system available today to help buyers and real estate agents. A lender cannot approve a community with no long-term capital plan, no reserve strategy, no documented funding path, no evidence of financial controls. Deferred repairs equal automatic lending failure. Fannie Mae's 2026 standard treats deferred maintenance as a material defect. Terry Bontemps HOA has deferred building repairs, deferred sewer laterals, deferred exterior work, deferred structural components, a fence project not fully funded, a 30-year plan that still ends at 89.25% underfunded. This is an automatic non-warrantable classification. The national vulnerability exposed by Terry Bontemps HOA. Most homeowners assume someone somewhere is monitoring HOA financial stability, but there's no state or federal system doing that. None. Terry Bontemps HOA is a case study proving the national failure. No regulator tracked the deficit. No agency flagged the underfunding. No system monitored the collapse trajectory. No oversight prevented the reuse of stale numbers. No mechanism warned homebuyers or homeowners. This is why HOA TrueView exists, because the system itself has no visibility. Terry Bontem's HOA collapse pattern. Based on his lived experience and documentation, dues tripled, $420,825, and dues disappeared over 30 years. Reserve contributions were insufficient for decades. Boards reused outdated numbers. Management provided no long-term plan. Homeowners were blindfolded by the math that they were never taught. The reserve balance never kept pace with real repair needs. The 30-year plan still ended underfunded. The HOA drifted into insolvency without warning. This is not mismanagement. This is structural failure. Conclusion: Terry Bontem's HOA is functionally non-warrantable, with $14 million in repair needs, $2.9 million in reserves, $11 million in structural deficit, 20% funded status, deferred maintenance, no 30-year plan, no oversight, no financial controls, no regulatory monitoring. Terry Bontem's HOA cannot meet Fannie Mae standards, Freddie Mac standards, FHA standards, VA standards, portfolio lender risk thresholds. No lender can approve this community under the August 2026 rules. This is the definition of a financially distressed HOA.